You will be taking 2 to 3 minutes to do exercises like this, phonological awareness practice. There are 10 of these. If you have 10 students, you can do 5 and 5. If you have 2 students, you could probably do 2 and then maybe have each student do 4, then switch to the other student, and then always say to the other students, hey, say the answers in your head while the other person is going. So sometimes kids struggle with phonological awareness. Phonological awareness is moving sounds around in your brain. Or another way to look at it is what you can do in the dark with sounds. Without looking at the letters, you're just manipulating sounds. So sometimes kids will need a visual representation to help them get over that next hurdle. We do want to stay away from using letters if possible, unless they're in grades 3 and up. So let me give you some examples. If you said, say the word grapefruit, and the student is unable to say grapefruit and take off the word grape. So I'm not really making a lot of sense. Let me clarify. Say grapefruit. Grapefruit. Now say grapefruit, but don't say grape. And the student still says grape. They clearly do not understand it. Here's what you can do. Say grapefruit, grapefruit. Now say grapefruit, but don't say grape. What's left? Fruit. Or say outside, outside. Now say outside, but don't say side. And they use their hands. This is really important. That's one way. Another way is to use manipulatives, or you can have a screen that shows 3 sounds or 2 sounds like this. Say utensil, and the students would be doing this after you model it, utensil. Now say utensil, but don't say you. Tencil. So they're covering it up, that's physical, and then their brain is going to say tencil. Say the word inventor, inventor. Now say inventor, but don't say inventor. They should be doing this after you model it, and then eventually they just stop and they will get it. Now, a lot of these phonological awareness exercises will move on to what we call onset and rhyme. So let me give you an example first. Say hat, at. Now say hat, but don't say at. That's your rhyme, by the way. Or say hat, at. Now say hat, but don't say at. That's the onset, which means that the onset in rhyme, it's the first sound. And then the rhyme part is the vowel and any consonants that come after it. We call that onset in rhyme. And it would look like this. B-ag, that's your onset word sound. Rhyme always starts with a vowel. And then look at this one, r-ag, onset rhyme. That's why this is important, because that's how students learn to rhyme, is making the connection. So what would this look like? Say the word has, as. Now say has, but don't say cover it up, as. Or say the word sure, sh. Or now say sure, but don't say or, sh. Say the word would, would. Now say would, but change the w to a g, good. So notice you're showing them how the beginning sound is changing. Or say the word rug, rug, rug. Now say rug, but change the ug to ig, rig. So this is very helpful. Sometimes kids will tap a pencil. I've seen teachers use their fingers. I find touching, changing the colors is multisensory and seems to work. Once in a while, I'll have a student that cannot identify beginning, middle, and end sounds. So very carefully and strategically, I will show them something like this. Say the word. I want to make sure that's going the right way. That is not going the right way again. So I have to make sure you see it. Here's the head, beginning sound, b, a, t. And you're showing them that the head of the animal is the beginning sound, the tail of the animal is the end sound. That way you can say to them, say bat. Now say bat, but don't say t. And you might have to say, remember, you're taking off the tail. Or say at, or excuse me, say bat. Now say bat, but don't say buh. And then you might have to say, remember, the beginning sound is the head of the animal, at. But the reason we don't want to use letters very often is, remember, phonological awareness is what we can do in our head. So if you said, say the word sure, and you use how it's spelled, that is going to throw them off. First of all, it's a red word. So that's why we try to stay away from letters unless they're in third grade or older. Okay, hopefully this will give you some tools.